Time for the word on Wall Street. Joining me now, Bell Point Chief Market Strategist David Nelson, Michael Lee, Strategy Founder Michael Lee, and Walser Wealth Management President Rebecca Walser. First up, Rebecca, I begin with you. Wall Street looking for a positive start to 2021. Futures are kicking into high gear to kick off the new year. Investors eyeing the Georgia Senate runoff elections tomorrow. What do you say here?
Yeah, Dagen, the Senate runoff is so huge because I think Wall Street is priced in divided government. They've obviously got Biden, and they're pricing in divided government. I don't see that they're pricing in a huge tax shift in policy. Obviously, we know that Biden wants to raise taxes. He's stated that. But I don't think that Wall Street is necessarily pricing in huge tax increases because right now the market's looking really good. The dollar's weak. It's extended, from last year being overall down, and you've got things that are happening around the world that are pushing. And so oil prices are looking better. We're expecting the market to go up right now, but tomorrow is huge. Wednesday is huge. This week is really big for where the direction of 2021 goes.
Next up, David, shares in China's three large telecom carriers in the red this morning after the New York Stock Exchange says it will delist the Chinese telecom giants by January 11th. This is just part of the risk going into the new year. Is this healthy?
Look, none of this should come as a surprise at this point. The administration has long signaled that they were going to continue to push back against China. On several sides. They understand that China is a threat in every sense of the word. And frankly, that's embraced by both sides of the political aisle. We're not talking about a lot of capital, Dagen. There's maybe $3.1 billion tied up in these ADRs. And I think it has tentacles to other stocks out of China. Certainly the oils, Sinopec, PetroChina are trading lower in Hong Kong as we speak. I think Biden is going to be tested very early on in his administration. I think Xi is already making moves in Europe. He wants to cut off any type of united front. And I think the test could come foreign policy, certainly economically, perhaps even militarily.
Yeah, watch Taiwan. Dave, before we move on, and one thing to tie into what Rebecca was saying, that if Joe Biden, as he has promised, raises the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%, again, if there isn't divided government, if it goes to 28%, that puts American corporations compared to China at a disadvantage.
It will, and it will start to push U.S. capital out of this country. Right. And we'll go back to that whole idea, perhaps, of offshoring U.S. corporations. A lot of companies might choose to leave. Certainly bad for the tax base here.
Right, and bad for workers because we saw the impact broadly of cutting corporate taxes. Finally, Michael, let's talk about the crypto craze. Bitcoin breaking another record, surpassing the $30,000 mark for the first time Saturday, and advanced more than 300% in 2020. This is Michael, your take.
Yeah, so Dagen, we got close to 20,000 in 2017. So to get up to 34,000, as I believe we touched last night, that's a pretty substantial move over 3 years. I think the difference in this frothy kind of run up right now is the news that has pushed Bitcoin from 7,000 or 8,000 up to 34,000. It was first Square accepting it as a payment, then PayPal, and then you heard that MassMutual put $100 million from their general account into Bitcoin. If MassMutual is putting this type of money into Bitcoin, they cannot be the only one. And I think the price is moving in advance of announcements of other large institutional smart money investors coming into this. And then you also have this against a backdrop where we just printed $7 trillion. Bitcoin may be some sort of not really a currency right now or some sort of fiat or, you have to believe in it to use it as a currency. But the U.S. is printing money, as is the rest of the world. And there's a finite amount of cryptocurrency that can be created. So you have a lot of news pushing this higher and a lot more legitimacy with the likes of a MassMutual putting in a large chunk of money. I expect larger, more institutional investors to buy chunks of this, and as that comes out, you're going to build a much higher base than the kind of 7,000 to 10,000 we've had over the last few years. I don't know if we settle in the 30,000s, the 20,000s, the 50,000s, but it seems it's going to be much higher, and that Bitcoin is here to stay.
Michael Lee, great to see you, and David Nelson and Rebecca Walser. A very happy new year to all of you, and we will see you often.